Oh, well, at least they're in open terrain. That's good. If you're not aware, by the way, flamethrowers do damage inversely proportional to your cover, meaning they do more damage to heavy cover and they do less damage to no cover. So, killing one whole squad and then retreating and, just getting away with that, so that's good. Whenever you can, kill an entire squad of Pioneers. That's definitely one thing to keep in mind. This Gladiator Rifleman is just determined to, piss everybody off up here. It's like, I'll retreat when I'm ready, damn it. Okay, so you'll see, now we have our second Puma armored car out here, and our first Puma armored car is still all destroyed from its it probably hit another mine. Oh, and yet another mine. Destroyed engine, double destroyed engine Pumas. And now getting sticky bombed from the back, so we have sticky bombs on our regular bar rifleman. That sticky bomb is surely going to kill that. Boom! There he goes. Notice they have the range of sticky bombs army item, 20% extra range. They didn't quite cover all these things. Accuracy, rifleman by 20% sight, receive damage. Just kind of coating that thing in flames. I always like the effect. I like that even though flames have zero effect, more or less, against these kind of lightly armored vehicles. I love the fact that they still get set on fire. That they, that the code, the programmers were like, oh yeah, we should at least set it on fire. It would burn. It just wouldn't do anything. Cool. Actually, I think it probably would do something. But hey, who knows what. So, rifleman up here. Notice rifleman focusing down the squads, making sure they can, kill squads whenever possible. We do have some rangers are now on the field here, and looks like they were able to do some pretty serious damage. Getting the hell away from the flamethrowers, not a bad idea. And staying in open cover. Always want to reduce your cover as much as possible whenever you've got flamethrowers around. So the Pumas are getting repaired. It looks like we've got some capping going on here. And let's just take a look at the battlefield and note that Johnny does have control over the center and of the right, but his center is disconnected due largely to this kind of incursion going on here. And still, you can still feel the effects of him having to deal with so many units running around capping things. It's really difficult for him to, compete with that. You'll notice, by the way, little details here that are always good. Pioneers upgraded to minesweepers, and I think they even disarmed a mine that was placed over that crater there just a little bit earlier. But important to note that if you even step on a single mine, you realize that your opponent is dropping mines everywhere, and you've got vehicles, and you've got Pioneers, just get one of them a minesweeper. Just, suck it up, have one with a minesweeper. They become, 50% less combat effective, but it's totally worth it. A little bit of a fight going on here, and oh, it looks like this is one of those tricky parts. I think if he had seen that these rangers were there, he would have known to get out of here, but they just kind of appeared out of nowhere because, of course, they were cloaked, and it threw off his concept of what was going on, because he was thinking in his head, oh, going to attack right now, and then it's kind of like, all right, I'm attacking, it's not going, why are there rangers here? Oh, my, and then all of a sudden it's too late. Look at that! The bazooka round, just double bazookas taking out that whole squad. Now this is very dangerous here. This could very well clean up the shop here for him. Although I don't believe any of these gentlemen have flamethrowers, so they're mostly just focus firing with their crappy little assault guns there. And we'll see. I don't think that these guys are actually going to do all that well. It looks like the Rangers are picking up a Browning automatic rifle now. Gotten some pretty good cover here. Unfortunately, no flamethrowers here. That's the biggest problem for them. Looks like they are backing away, though. He knows they're at 50% health. They're going to start losing some units. So just kind of backing away, skirmishing away. Rifleman here down in the south. Again, just having a little bit of a skirmish at range with these flamethrower engineers. Always good to engage them that way. Oh, here comes yet another Jack. While these guys are busy trying to salvage the wreck of that vehicle. Looks like these riflemen popped up out of nowhere with their camouflage, having their increased reload speed and all that sort of stuff and popping out of camo. So, good job there. Now we see we got a real fight on our hands here. This is starting to look a little bit more even. Johnny successfully avoided the early game kill of the Pioneer spam. He had one battle, really, that killed a lot of Pioneers, and now he's kind of back on his feet. The Pioneers are back in numbers, however, so kind of the same way that Mannerheim had to, swap up his strategy and get some other units out there. He needed to, get some Pumas or something. The pressure is now on Johnny to come up with something else. He needs Greyhounds, he needs whatever. Now, he saw the loadout screen before this game began, so he knows there are no Panzerschrecks on these guys. So, Greyhounds would be a great idea, but I think we'll see, yes, he just does, go right ahead for Tier 4. He's just not going to even mess with anything other than tanks. He's going to get some tanks. And frankly, even if there were Panzerschrecks, tanks would be great. And here we have a skilled tank destroyer, level 5. Skilled being just the generic preface for just, normal quality heroes. It just gives more accuracy and reload time and armor, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to screw it all up, but, you know, hit points, just a pile of random things that they get at each level. Nothing in particular that's amazing. I believe they regenerate hit points too. That's one of the level 5 abilities. Alright, so we got advanced defense engineers out here planting mines all over the place. Not a bad idea. I would love to see these guys just come up and cap that point. I'm kind of concerned as to why they're just sitting there. Minor blob of pioneers here heading down the right, although they do not have any flamethrowers. So kind of the flamethrower is a real problem. Let me take a look at CrowsFlight and see how he's doing. He's got just a little bit. You'll see most of these guys are staying completely on top of their money. Just kind of spending everything they need. No excess of cash. And units all over the damn place. So these pioneers now are just trying to be as annoying as they possibly can. Flamethrower engineers coming up, just kind of scattering these guys to the wind. And it looks like our skilled tank destroyer is going to be poking around here, trying to see if he can't, you know, stop all of this incursion. Looks like this guy's going to go ahead and get that decapped and then run. Meanwhile, he's going to get as many kills as he can, which is none, but he does burn the guys a little bit and then runs. So this skilled tank destroyer, not really a lot of good at all against infantry because of the fact that it just has that one big artillery round. You know, it fires like an anti-tank shell, that sort of thing. But, you know, if it hits something, it tends to blow it up. But it really does counter the threat of Pumas on the field. You really can't keep going Pumas with M10 Greyhounds. Sorry, M10 Wolverines on the field, especially if they're skilled hero units. So you'll see that it looks like Mannerheim now has switched up to Stugs, and I would imagine he's going to stick with Stugs probably for the rest of the game. Again, really cheap, effective unit here. You want armor, but you don't want to have to save up for Panthers and that sort of thing. So just go for Stugs, and it kind of goes nicely with the idea of constantly vetting up your army because it allows you, you know, you can vet up Stugs. Vetted Stugs are really brutal too. They get MG42 gunners, they get armor plating on the side, that sort of thing. So looks like for the meantime, most of this game has calmed down. But now we have like a real game. You know, this is no longer just a cheese fest. I mean, he happens to be employing a lot of pioneers, but there are other elements now. There are multiple dimensions to this fight, and we're going to see just two really good players go at it. And this is, I think, what a lot of times people kind of forget. I think a lot of newbies probably would start reading all about Piospams and running out and trying to do Piospam. And you can see that you know, this guy's only level 10. He doesn't have that many army items or anything. And he did it really well against a level 50 number 4 ranked player. He had that much success early game. He dominated the early game, and it was just because of the fact that the infantry commander JohnnyCrypto was so good and, you know, had some good, you know, good micro and battle choosing situations that this game was able to go out this long. But you can see it's a really powerful strategy. But don't forget that when things go wrong, remember that you're an awesome player and you don't need, you know, you don't need cheesy strategies, and that's exactly what CrowsFlight is doing. He's taking his strategy and just expanding it. Like I said, what I like about this strategy is it's so flexible. Look at this. Look at the balls on these guys just coming up here, planting mines right in front of a bunch of tanks. Gonna get out of here. And oh, the minesweepers see it. There we go. Minesweepers all over the... I wish I could tell you what the hell's going on here. We just got some Stugs. So clearly what he's doing is... No, I have no idea. I have no idea what he's doing there. Just kind of attacking ground on some shrubberies. Kind of trimming the shrubs with some Stugs. That sort of thing. Maybe just making a ruckus. Trying to fool his enemy into thinking that he's fighting somebody else. So, but now we have kind of the line is drawn. This is still very, very controlled by Mannerheim. You'll notice it's not a complete wall-in. I'm sure there's been a little bit of breaching going on here. Maybe he's even coming up here to reinforce this sort of stuff. Maybe he's going over here to try and cap the ammo. It looks like that's what the case. So, still lightly controlling the front of that bridge. Not a bad idea. And now, Pioneers, Pioneer Spam, and Stugs is the name of the game. Versus, looks like Skilled Tank Destroyer and another normal Sherman is coming out. We'll have to see if he's going to go ahead and upgrade the 50 caliber gunner on that. So, a little bit of back and forth fighting here. 3 Stugs now on the field. Now here comes everybody's lining up. This is kind of like Napoleonic warfare style. Everybody, get in nice, neat lines and prepare to attack. Are you ready to attack? Yes, we are. Okay, we're all going to attack now at the agreed upon time of noon. Once we make sure that there's no mines out there. I like that. We'll see the mines and we'll just blow them up with the Stugs. Anyhow, tanks are just kind of doing some long-range shots here, just kind of poking around. That is a normal length barrel. I look for that barrel upgrade. And now here we go. The Stugs are moving on. Oh, surprise! Haha, we were already here waiting for you. First off, going to begin this with a damaged engine from a sticky bomb from these camouflage rifleman over here, but it's okay. We got the anti-rifleman spray here. Gonna go in and just kind of burn out this nest of riflemen hanging out over there. So the tanks are now slugging back and forth. Now this skilled tank destroyer has got a nice range advantage here, and he's firing away. But you can see that against the Vet 1 Stugs and the veterans, he has been researched at least a little bit. He's doing some pretty good damage. These guys are fighting all over the place. I do like that the pile of engineers goes really well with tanks because you can just, you know, pig pile repair things when they get in trouble. Stugs are advancing now. And, oh, immobilized, hitting a landmine, and luckily, pile of engineers ready to go. Just going to keep repairing, trying to get it unmobilized. We'll see that there is a Sherman tank pointing kind of the wrong way over here. Another sticky bomb goes off, destroys the engine. Look at the parts of this tank just flying all over the place. And, oh, unfortunately, it's out of control. So one Stug goes down. The other two Stugs are now moving up, trying to put some pressure on this silly tank destroyer that keeps backing up, but they're kind of falling for it as the Sherman is just flanking them. Very well, I might add. And notice we've got the dreaded slow motion Stug going on here. It's important not to crash into your own Stugs when that happens. And oh, got a sticky bomb! Oh, everybody's dying around here. Nothing's going quite right for the Stug player at the moment. It looks like Mannerheim's just kind of spinning around in circles, wishing his Stugs were a little bit more mobile. And I think at this point he's just got to get out of here. Gonna do a little bit of damage to but now is not the time to decide you want to attack this Sherman. That time is gone. Because he doesn't have a turret, he can't spin around and shoot at the skilled tank destroyer. Get out of there! But you know, maybe he realizes it's too late to even get out of there. And again, really, really weak flame engineers like this need to get out of there. I know he's trying to get lucky with a kill, but he just ended up losing 2 whole squads because of that. So, Sherman tank moving in, skilled tank destroyer looking sharp, and another good battle looks like is going towards JohnnyCrypto here. So you can see a little bit of incursions going on here. Here's the way to get rangers across the border is just to fire them up and charge across. Looks like they lost one guy, but you know, whatever. And boom, the Sherman tank taking out one of the pioneers who's running by. One pioneer left. I tell you, man, I'm fascinated by this, and there's plenty of good Piospam replays out there. Definitely check out what's up there. And I love this stuff. I really want to see, and this is my challenge. I want to see Axis players go out there and try this like crazy. You know, I feel bad encouraging people to abuse, but I also want to see what the Allied response is because I think the Allies are up for the challenge, and this is where balanced information comes from. Is people actually, you know, play these strategies well, and they, you know, proliferate information, and they share strategies, and they compare notes, and so this is kind of the strat to beat at the moment. Or at least, you know, one annoying strat that's out there. But it's a pretty fun thing, and it sets you up for a cool late game if you have the foresight to go into it like that. So we'll see what's going on here. Some more pioneers coming up. A wounded Stug, and we'll see that JohnnyCrypto is in a nice controlling, you know, position in the center. But this lack of units is his problem right now. He doesn't have enough units to cap all the things he needs to recap in order to capitalize. Sorry. In order to capitalize on the advantages he just gained. For starters, this stupid bunker is still here, just cutting his property in half. So at some point, he needs to, you know, just send these Rangers back there, send a single Sherman tank back there, just something to be able to, you know, get rid of that so he can connect up his territory. Because let's see what's going to happen here. Charge! Yikes! It's kind of it's not very good. Oh my god, and the flamethrowers. The flamethrowers are coming in. Everybody get the hell out of the way. Huge, huge flamethrower ball. This is just your friendly, you know, daily reminder from Mannerheim that flamethrower engineers will still rock your face if you're not looking out for it. So that was just, you know, he saw an opportunity, he ran in there and just destroyed everybody. So just as a reminder, even late game, don't forget that the Piospam is still out there. Now they happen to be just, you know, here to repair this Stug, but you know, they definitely don't mind eating alive a whole bunch of rifleman squads. So, fully repaired Vet 1 Stug now moving in, and these guys have never really repaired that much. You can see the skilled tank destroyer has regenerated its hit points. That's the level 5 ability, I believe. And that's about it. So, let's see. What else is going on here? Here's our big ball. Here's our other big ball that needs to be repaired. Here's our tank depot, and that's pretty much it. Nothing fancy else going on here. Big ball. Oh yeah, we've got we've got engineers, of course, carrying bazookas, which can only mean one thing: off-map reinforcements have been enabled. So, of course, these were the guys who were all wounded and left last time. And I don't know why he didn't resupply them a little bit more. He's got a little bit of money, but you know, Maybe he's just going to pig pile. Looks like he's retreating his vet 3 guys back so he can fully replenish them. So, off-map reinforcements is now on the field for Johnny, and we're going to have to see what he's going to do with that. Meanwhile, looks like Mannerheim is just kind of capping away here. Looks like